Day 47. Today we're going to talk about tensegrity, but we're not going to talk about it in terms of what's on the inside of the body. We're going to take it to what's on the outside of the body. So let's get started. I'm going to do part 1 and 2 of Tai Chi, and I'm going to do the standing version of that. And then we're going to hopefully have other people on at that point to be able to bring other people in. So just seeing Yvonne is there. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to do part 1 and part 2 of the Tai Chi set, and just to get everything flowing. So if you bring your hands together, ladies will grab the left thumb, gentlemen grab the right, and then take that forward. And this is going to go into the right so you can turn. No, it's not. It's going to go into the left so you can turn to the right. Sorry about that. Hold the ball. Left grasp bird's tail. Hold the ball and then grasp bird's tail. So your fingertips are going to come across, bow and arrow back. I'm just going to back up for you so you can see my hands, palm to palm. Open. 2 hands are going to go out. This is going to come back. You're going to turn your right leg, spiral on your left toe. It's going to come out, whip to one side with your right hand, and reach out. Sink back into the right. Left heel turns. And then sink. Foot, hand, and glide across. Plant the foot and then let that come up. That's going to come back down. Step forward with the left foot, brush it. Half a step, heel goes out. Open, brush knee left. Twist step. I'm just going to move around the table here, brush knee right. Twist step, brush knee left. That would be traveling straight. Half a step, heel goes out. Open the hand, step with the left, brush knee. Twist step to hold the flowers. Step patois. In, out, down to your hip, step through and punch. Wipe the sleeve. 2 hands are going to go out. That's going to come around. Sink. Crossing the hands over. And then what's going to happen is turn that left toe and brush knee. Here's part 2. Comes back. Palm to palm is going to go forward. Open the hands, and then 2 hands go forward. Sinking back. This is going to come around. Whip out to one side. Step. And push up. Hand goes underneath the elbow. Sink and open. Step back with the left foot. Pushing back. Open. Step back. Sink. Open. Step back. Sink. Step back with the right foot. Into the right. Over to the left. And then reach out. Half a step, heel goes out, sink. Foot, hand, and then glide across. Right hand's going up to the top. Let that come through. Step with the left foot, brush knee. Half a step, Push the needle to C bottom. It's going to come back. Reach out. Left hand is going to go high. Turn. Chop. Wipe the sleeve. Hold the flowers. Step through. In, out. And punch. Twist it. Hold the ball. Grasp its tail. Bow and arrow back. Just going to slide back so you can see. Palm to palm. Open the hands. Two hands are going to go out. Sinking back. Whip to one side. And reach. Move hands like clouds. Move back just a little bit. We are going across towards the left. Over. I'm just going to call whip here. Into the table. And reach out. High pattern horse, you're going to sink back into the right. Right hand comes up. Sink back. And reach out. Crossing the hands to pick the right foot. And reach out. Cross and toe kick. This is coming back. Turning. Heel kick. Brush knee. A step. Brush knee. This will be low punch. Right hand is coming through. Sinking back. Turn. Chop. Point the sleeve. Hold the flowers. Pushing through that back foot. And punch. Twist step. Heel kick. Hold the flowers. Sink. Strike the tiger. Hold the flowers. Sink. Strike the tiger. That's going to come back. Heel kick. Crossing the hands, it's going to come all the way around. Strike on both sides. Look to the left. And you've got in, turn, turn. Hold the flowers. In, out. Comes through. And punch. Whiten the sleeve. Two hands. And that's the end of part 2. So that's where we'll stop. And talk about our theme. Okay, I'm just going to grab it on. Put the bow in, so we've got our gratitude. Connection, yin and yang balance. We got it. Okay, so if you are new to Tai Chi and you're watching and you're thinking, I will never know how to do all that, number one, you're going to try to be watching on a screen, which is next to a little challenge. Not impossible, just it's a challenge, so please be patient with yourself. And you don't need to learn it all. Sometimes just watching the set can just be so mesmerizing, it immediately relaxes you and creates what you're looking for. So that's okay. And if it's hard to follow, I always open with that flow, trying to get the energy to flow through the body. And if you want to sit at the beginning because the set is too much, then sit in a chair and just do commencement and just be in the same presence of the energy that we're creating and make it possible for yourself to just be engaged in everything that we're doing. Okay, so having said that, if you know the sets, I am not doing a full 108 because that would take us 20 minutes. And for anybody who doesn't know the set, that would be a long time. So I'm just trying to keep it broken down. But you know how to do the set, so go ahead and make sure you've added them into your day. Maybe do it before we meet, or maybe you're going to do it afterwards when everything is flowing. You might decide to put it in later, and that's okay too. So anytime you're not sure, throw the commencement in. Just let yourself just find the focus, bring the centering in, try to be grounded. The less language I have while we're running a set, the better, because then you can just actually go to meditation and you just, the language disappears, and that makes movement much easier. So I'm trying my best to do that. It just depends on who I know is seeing the call at the time. Okay, so we have the music of the oregano. So for those that were here the last couple of days, I started playing with my music of the plant machine again. So just so you can see here, that little tin over there has hooked up, and that is the oregano that is singing for us today. And it's good. It's good to hear that music. It just calms everything right down. So I'm definitely playing it more. I don't know why I just disappeared. Okay, our topic, tensegrity. So within the body, this is what we were talking about yesterday. Within the body, we were working on, if I take this tensegrity model, hey Jeanette, if I consider this little bobble here, the belly, that's the waist, and this is the spine, this little piece right here. And let's imagine that you have legs and arms and pieces that are just like these elastics and these wooden stick pieces. And so when we do something, so if I say this is the bottom of my foot and this is the end of my fingertips, if I pull from one to the other, you can see how I can have communication coming all the way through with that stretch. And then there would be a compactness that would happen. And then you'd have the next movement, which might move you in another direction. So tensegrity is about how one little piece affects all the other pieces. Everything is interconnected. No matter what we do, something is going to happen. So if you think of what is the value of Tai Chi, and I just finished doing presentations for the Strait Area Chamber of Commerce, and mindfulness, nutrition, and movement. So if I do something different in movement, it changes my nutritional needs and my nutritional wants, but also changes my mind. If I change something in my mind, it allows my breathing to change, and then my movement changes. If I eat a bunch of potato chips in front of the TV watching a movie, my energy is going to go down. And so then the result is I have to do something different to bring it back up. And so then I may have to add some movement. And movement means I'm going to want to eat some foods that are going to nourish me so that I have more energy to continue what I'm doing. So you can see how it all interrelates. Okay, so I wanted to show you, this is what we were doing yesterday within the body. And as we were turning at the waist and we were pushing through, we were talking about the hips and everything, it was all interrelated within the body. But we have on the outside of the body, we have what they call the energy egg, or the human BioField, which they have measured, and they know what the static electrical charges are that happen within that egg and the layers within the egg. And there's a lot of information that comes into our field. If you have somebody who's really happy and they step into your field, you know. And if they're not happy, you also know, right? You can tell right away. Or you always know if somebody's come up behind you. You can tell when somebody's entered into your field. And it's like, oh, what's there? So that whole thing is feeding you information. So today what we're going to do is think of our Tai Chi being beyond our body. So as we go through some of the movements, what we're going to try to do is imagine this is our body, and now everything else here is our energy egg. So if I want to extend my arm out a little bit, my energy egg has the ability to do this. So your energy field is changing. So instead of thinking internally, we're going to think externally. Okay, so I'm just going to take this off. I'm just doing presentations today, so extra pieces. All right, so what I thought I would do is I would take the saber and let you play with it, because the saber becomes an extension that we could actually visualize. So I thought, let's do a seated set of saber, but it's not going to be like we've been doing it. So for those that have been doing it for a while, you're going to be thinking about how that saber extends past our body. So my hand is going to go out into the field for sure, and my palm is going to go out into the energy egg, to the outer edge of it. This saber is doing the same thing. And that saber right here, this hand is coming out to the edge of the field, but so is the saber. And so where we take it, how is it expanding us? So as the right hand is going up with that palm out, what is that left movement doing? And how is that saber coming around to bring that through? Okay, so that's what we're going to be thinking of. So it's a little bit different than just remember the moves. And if you've never done this before, you can use a wooden spoon, you can use a wrapping paper roll, toilet paper roll, and I see that I may have some company come up on the bench. Hey, Hunter? Yeah, I thought you might. Okay, so let's add the bowing. And then we're thinking about the field. So as you go to grab on here, we're always thinking about the connection that's coming in, but look at how you can travel in the field on the outside. And just be really aware of what it feels like as you're working through that field. Okay, so you're coming out and coming forward. Pushing to the feet. Okay, so here, outside, expanding. Comes right through from the feet, comes through the hip. Definitely we have the zongding that we talked about yesterday, but look at the difference this has. Until you're not helping my concentration. Okay, comes through. So this is going to roll and come up. And so my back has changed, and my whole field and what's happening on the outside is changing. So this one you fall into the feet, and then push into the left foot, and it spirals between the feet. That's your cat. You can roll on the floor and spiral that way. Hey, Hunter. Comes through. Okay, so now right here, fingertip turns, push into your right, and that's going to project you out to the left and back over to the right. And then let that come through. And that saber just keeps coming right through the section. It's going to come out, and you know this is the still point. You just get to balance for just a second until there's a change. It's going to come through, and it goes up and over. It's going to come through again. Sorry. Up and over. Having the cat there. Comes down. Okay. So now the field. Left hand is out, and then you extend the right in another direction. Comes through. Forward. Okay, so here it goes again. So if you think about the Tensegrity model, how you're expanding across. Okay, so this is going to go up. This is going to drop. Now, this is going to go up towards the brow, and then it's going to reach out. Through. So you've got expand. Hold the flowers. So now this extension is going to go up towards that right corner, and then it spirals around and comes across the middle. And seated, it does just something a little bit different that you don't get in standing. Okay, so this is going to go expand. So you've got up, but you've got out. Two-handed chop. Push into the feet. That's going to bring it in, and then it's going to expand out again. So you can feel that come all the way around, all the way through, and down. Okay. This is going to come up. All right. So now this is going to sweep and extend way out for you, and this is going to go around, dropping it down. Now this is going to be interesting, because this takes you on a zigzag, which we talked about yesterday from the waist perspective. But now think about what your body's doing on the outside. Come through that whole field, all the way around. This would be spiraling, but since we're seated, I'm just going to bring it around. That's going to come through, over, over. Left hand is going to come up. That's going to come through, and then just let that fall. Now you have a nice extension out, back. Going to the outer edges of that field. That's going to cross in. Outer edges, let that go. Okay, we'll just put the bow on the end. So I'm hoping that helped you just kind of feel for where the extensions were, where we can take that seat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do carry tiger to the mountain. I'm going to do it seated first, and then I'm going to do standing. And you're welcome to stand if you want. I'm going to do seated just because of that extension, just thinking about where we are in space. So we would have crossed here, over to the left, and expanded. Okay, so now that's going to extend out, opening the back, and then this is going to be a brush knee. Bow and arrow comes back, palm to palm goes forward. Opening the hands, two hands go forward. This is going to come around. We'll do the whip out diagonal. So this comes up, rolls, sink, push into the right foot, push into the left foot, push into both feet, and then rise. I'll just do the first word off monkey, sink. That's going to go straight back. Okay, so I'm hoping you can feel where that extension is. And the extension is not coming because your hand is going to go out there. It's because it comes from the whole body, where the whole body is going to move and manipulate through the space. Okay, so let's try it again. So this is going to go open. Thank you. I send a heart back. Brush knee right. Push into the feet. This is going to expand. Palm to palm. Open the hands. 2 hands go out. This is going to come around. So the fingertips come through, right past the middle, and then this is going to roll. Sink. Push into the right foot. That's a spiral, but your hands are on the outside of that egg. Push into the left foot. Goes out. Push into both feet. Rolls. Expands. And lift. And then this is going to come through front to back. Expanding. Okay. So, you can stay seated if you wish. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same pattern, but I'm going to do it standing. Hello, Robin. Ah, beautiful. You're saying breath with this is meditation. Absolutely. Moving meditation. I love it. That's good to have you there, Robin. Okay, so carry tiger to the mountain. So, drop open the back. Sink down into the knees, relax the hip, and your hands are going to expand. So if you think about that egg, it's way out. Turn. Sink. Let the tailbone go right back. Expand. Step with the right foot, and then this is going to be a brush knee right. It's going to go expand, and right here, the hands are out in the field. Palm to palm. When you have that pull, you have that sounding that we talked about yesterday, coming through the hips. And it's all happening because you are moving within that large space. Okay, so here comes out the whip. Sink. So you see where my hands are. Step. This is like your hands circle around the outer egg. Step into the corner, you're going to the outer reaches. Heel goes out, sink and open, and your hand turns. So it's on the outer edge of that field. The other hand is in the other edge of the field, and it comes through. Sink. Okay. So now you can see you're not just this piece here. You're much bigger than that. And today I was talking with someone about trying to go shopping with all the lineups and trying not to talk to somebody, trying to pass back to back. Remember that when your field is big, you share out. Nothing comes in, everything goes out, and you're sharing out, which is really powerful. So just to remember, as you're playing with your hands at the moment, how big is your field? And then you can really imagine that when you go out shopping and you do need to make sure that you're sending energy out rather than taking energy in. Okay, so here, let's try it again. So we're going to sink back, open the back. Weight goes into the right. And then you can turn that left foot and spiral it right in. Sink back, the tailbone open even more. Step. And here's your brush knee. So there's the end of that hand. And this expansion that's going to come through both sides at the same time. Palm to palm, comes into the middle and then it goes out again. This is coming in. So the dynamic of the hip is changing. Comes out. Sinks back. So your right leg turns onto your right leg so your left foot can spiral. Sink. Okay, so now right here, when you step, this is like all the way around the egg. Step into the right foot and out. Hand goes underneath. Running out of room, heel goes out. Sink, open the back, and And now you've got your hand out into that field. Step and bring it in. Or a monkey, and that can just open. That time was just like, oh, I could just be like an elastic band and keep going. Okay, that's what I was looking for when my body finally quit saying I'm in this space. And it's like, oh, I'm in this space. I have so much room. And not that I have to overextend myself, because they equal an opposite. So I can expand in both directions and then come back in. Okay, that's what we're aiming for. Okay, so now that we have that little piece, let's, we played with that. That's one way to think about it. But let's go to Parting Horse's mane, because this is another great spot. So I'm going to come towards you. I'll go a little bit on an angle. So this is holding the ball. So a couple days back, we did that, making the circle. So here comes the circle. Step with your right foot. And this is going to expand out into that field. That hip is responding like we talked about yesterday. Around the center of the pole. The legs move, the hips move, everything can expand. Hold the ball. Step. This is going to come out. Okay, so now usually I talk about meridians, how the energy lines are in the body. And right now, you're definitely extending them out, making them bigger. Hold the ball. Left grasp bird's tail. Hold the ball into grasp bird's tail. Comes through. I'm going to run out of the room here. Expand. So way out into that field. Palm towards palm. Open. And then two hands. We'll just finish here, whip to one side, so this comes all the way around. Spiral on the right foot, spiral on the left toe, sink. Place the foot, and let that come out. Okay. So this pattern here, inside, shoulders are moving, hips are moving. There's an expansion that comes through, and you have the energy lines of the meridians that pass through those key points and then link up with each other at the belt channel, which we talked about yesterday. So it's like you're pulling all the time on that belt channel within the center of that piece. But now you can think about past that, where your hand extends to, where your other hand extends to. And what is the interaction that the energy of all those fingers is having as you're out in your field? Right? We don't usually talk about that. It's just like, oh, there's the energies in your fingers. But as you go like this, what is it that's connecting through those layers as you put your hands through those layers? What is happening there? And as you connect your fingers into those layers, they're connected into the shoulders, into the hips, into the jaw, into the ankles, into the wrists. And what is it energetically that you're able to do because of that connection? Come out. Okay, it's kind of cool. We don't normally think of that. Okay, so let's try that one more time. So that big expansion, how much energy you've got. So hold the ball, step with the right. This is going to come through. End of the fingertips, what's happening? Now I'm talking fingers, but you have toes. You have toes that are connecting to the ground. And where are they extending to? Even though you're stepping on a solid surface, it's not really solid. You're standing on it, but energetically, what is happening with the ball of the foot? What's happening with those toes? Okay, so I'm just going to keep going here. Left grasp bird's tail, so here's the left hand. Hold the ball. I'm just going to adjust myself. Step with your right foot. Out. And today I'm just going to pass my hands back and forth so they can go out into the field. You may notice the energy starting to pick up between the palms. Maybe you'll start to notice some tingling in the fingertips. That's going to go out. And now as your toes are connecting into the ground, feel how they're connected to the floor. In a spiral. Where is that connection going? How is it extending past you? And out. Okay, so one of the things I was talking about in the presentation this afternoon, one of the things about Tai Chi is you're not turning your foot, you're turning your whole leg. So your whole leg goes open, the hip opens, and then you might, depending on what the movement is, move it back in. As you do that, the back is doing this, okay? And inside the hip is doing this. And that we can expand. So when you step like this and you turn, you're pulling and pushing into that psoas muscle. And that psoas muscle is giving information to all kinds of systems, how you're stepping into it. Okay, so let's leave that and go to low cup where we have been practicing. For those that haven't done low cup before, you can sit down, just do the hands, just do the feet, whatever you're comfortable with. But we're working through in the internal organs, and today I'm going to take you from internal out. And so we're going to go from where we finished last day, which was we had done a kick. We had looked back to the left. Just going to try to pick this up for you, pushing through the ball of that foot. Then we did this beautiful extension, which comes back, the hands cross, and then we roll down into a snake. Now here is the beautiful opportunity to go all the way around the egg and finish. Okay, so let's play a little bit with that, and then we'll move into the next part. I'm just going to check and see. My poor little oregano. It's just having a little protest. Those leaves have had enough. So hopefully that'll start to sing. Sometimes I have to give it a little bit more water. It gets singing, and it's done so much singing. It's amazing. When the plant is responding like that, it grows really fast. So the oregano is like just coming off the edges of the tin. It's really quite cool. Okay, so we had kick, step, step, and then this is going to come back pushing out pizza. Hands change. Now you're thinking about outside the body. So it's going to go out, comes back to cross. Rise up on that left foot, spiral the hands. You're going in two directions through the shoulders. That's going to come all the way around. So you've opened your right hip, close the left one, step, step, and then this comes through. Flat hands, roll the fingers, roll, drop the tailbone, open the hip, and your left foot just pops open. Reach out. Flat, roll, that lets go, turn, extend. Flat, roll, sink, turn, extend. And when we finished last day, the hands passed each other. Sink. Feet go together. And palms came up. Hold. Okay, so that's where we finished last day. So I just wanted to get you up to that place. We did a lot with this. We've done that over many different days. So I'm not going to go back there, because that really gets us inside, and I want to be outside. Okay, so we've turned around, we go down, feet come together, we come up. Okay, these are some of my favorite moves. Phoenix spreads his wings. So all possibilities, extending out wherever creativity can take you. Isn't that cool? Okay, so you're going to step parallel with the left foot, and you're going to push down. And then you're going to place the right toe, come up, and expand the wings. There's the phoenix. And there's this spiral that comes through the body. Spiral, spiral, place the left toe, and we have 2 cones. The right hand comes back, drop the spine, and then stand on the left. Okay, so let's do that again. There's a lot in there. Write it down. So here you are. So we're thinking big outside of the body. So when we go to step patois, your hands are coming through space and they sink down. So it's like you're pushing down into the earth and extending the earth away from you. Plant the right toe for balance. The hands expand. And the phoenix expands. And you've got that through your shoulders, through your hips. They spiral back the opposite way. 2 cones, plant your foot, hands come up, and then drop your tailbone. Let's just go just that far. Up and out. Sink. Toe, expand. That opens. Patois. Roll. Up and open back. Okay. Looks like I'm bending right over, but I'm actually just letting my hip come back to sink. So it's not that I'm bending over, I'm just letting the extension come through my back. Just it looks like I'm doing more than that. Okay, try one more time. So this is going to come up. Opening the back. Now right there, you can feel an expansion come through the arms and the shoulders as that last little breach comes out. Now think about the ends of your fingertips and then the ends of your toes and the extension that's coming out of those. When you go to step patois, pushing off the right into the left, sink. That's going to expand the back, plant the foot, open. How big can you make those wings? Around and around. That's zongding is going on the inside and go right down to the lower dantian. Okay. So I'm hoping you felt that. So you have this, and then it comes in. So if you remember yesterday, we were talking about that spinal column in the middle and everything rolling around it. So as you come back in, it's like you wrap it all up, and then it's right down. It's like planting that little seed. So they talk about the golden pill. So lower dantian and that ball that you're making of energy right in that space. Okay, we'll do that little piece and go past it. So expand. Sink. Push through that foot. Expand. That's going to come back through. Hold. Now sink and open the spine. And the right hand comes around. And the left hand is going to go up. There's a block with a pull. Pull. Step back, pull. Step back, pull. I will have to leave myself more room. Okay. Can we just go from here again? I'll give myself more room, but I also want to make sure I got the hands right. Breaking everything down, sometimes it moves to a new place. It's going to come around. The right hand is going up. Left hand, the palm is out. So it's on the outside edge of the field. Step, block. Turn the hand. So there's a spiral there. Your fingertips go out into the field and then pull. Out into the field, pull. Back opens. Out into the field, pull. Back opens. Out into the field, back opens. Okay, so now I've warmed up. Definitely got the energy flowing. Okay, so let's do that last little part. So your palm up on the left, hand to the knee. When you step back, block. Okay, now think about not the inside, but think about the outside. How much you can extend there. So your lower back is open, everything is extended. Then when you step pakwa, you're going to spiral that hand, pull. And that spiral gets to come in. But the other hand is out there on the edge. And then it has a turn. So the next hand can reach. And the next hand can reach. And the next hand can reach. Till you run out of room. Okay. Now that's what's happening with the hands, but then we have this beautiful motion happening with the feet. And remember I was saying, you're touching the floor, but you're not really touching the floor. You're going beyond the floor. So when we step into the foot, notice how far down you can feel. Okay? So if we go again from this position, okay, and then step back, pakwa, block. So open the spine. Okay, so now the ball of the left foot is on the floor. The whole right foot is on the floor. And as you change feet, there's a spiral that happens on the ball of the foot that's in the front. Step. So you push into the back foot, but you also have this push into the front foot. And there's a connection that it makes with the ground as it spirals. And one more. Sink. Okay. So your feet are pushing and extending well beyond what's on the floor. Let's try it again. I'm just going to see if I move sideways, I won't be running into the dining room table. Okay, so we're coming up here, and then block, open the spine. Turn the hand. So there you are on the edge. Feet are on the edge. Out on the edge. Out on the edge. Okay. Beautiful move that comes next, which is quite quick. So we did all this beautiful expansion, extension, and then ha, on the end of that. Okay, so let's just try it again. I saw a little heart go up. Thank you, Robin. Okay, so let's do it again from that position that comes up. Let's do from here. It's just such a fun series of movements. So up. Drop the tailbone, press down, open, and then this is going to come around. Sink, drop the back open, this is going to come around, drop, expand. Think about your feet. Think about the connection to the floor. There's that pull. And one more. And then this goes here. And if you plant your foot down, we expand, pushing off that back foot, the left foot, down into the right, and we can make ourselves as big as we like. And that gives us that little bit of extension. Okay, that takes us quite a ways. Low cup, you've dove into a lot of low cup. That's part 2 is something that not many people get to experience. So it was a privilege to be able to share it with you. But no, it's also a privilege to be able to receive the information, because not everybody has had access to it. So let's finish off with a move that allows us to move through space. So let's take that move hands like clouds that we did the last 2 days. because that also is another place where we have expansion out into our energy field, and let's just bring it back in. Okay, so just do 5 over and whip to one side. This is our finish. It's just nice to relax. Just connect to the floor, connect out through the top of the head. Nice big expansion. Drop the tailbone, and then let that come through. Push. Your hands just go right through that space. You can feel all kinds of things out there in the energy field. Okay, coming out, plant the right foot. It's going to come back, pass through, sink. Place the foot, and reach out. Our plant left us on that nice high note. Okay, there you are. That's a little bit about tensegrity, but tensegrity beyond the body. And I hope that you just expanded yourself way out there, and that it feels good to be that big, have that much energy to support you. It's Friday. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening, and be well, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, take care.